Distraction. A voice. A sexy outfit. A sweet sound. A honking horn. And here in Seattle, Washington, a lot of times, sirens. And gangsters on the street selling drugs. And playing loud thumping music. The heart starts beating faster. The eyes change. The ears suffer. The ears feel friction and pain, and a person gets confused, distracted, misdirected, and a lot of times emotional. Identifying the distraction eliminates the need to think about the word. The headache, the ears ringing, and other words, and other language, and other sounds, and other thoughts. In Seattle, Washington, the sun's setting. People are going out for a Saturday on the town during coronavirus, riding around in their wagon vehicle, and taking people to the hospital with sirens. And the weather's beautiful, the air is just barely breezy. A stimulus now, in these conditions, a nice soft wind, a sun setting, a Saturday, and the thrill of saying F you to the police and being tough and partying during a pandemic, doing drugs and hitting your neighbor's wall. Possibly. Distraction most often occurs with stimulus. Cheering and screaming and yelling. The cure worked. The 3D printer finally made the right shape for the medical device. acknowledging, identifying, but not thinking, who's out selling drugs on a Saturday during a pandemic? Who's the lady who's been going down the street, up the street, saying Jesus for the last week? Who are the people talking who sound like they're in a group? Where did they get the program to put on the 3D printer? How did they get the cure to finally not cause death? And instead deciding why the brain recognizes and acknowledges and is aware of the distraction. Psychological cognition. Not going through notes, not going through a computer program, not going through data and information. Simply starting with the body. Food, blood sugar, nutrition, hydration, blood flow. Or plain old feeling. How's the body feeling? Does it need to have a break? Has a person been working all day like me now on the unity of consciousness, and the limits have been exceeded hours ago, days ago, years ago, and now looks like deja vu. The brain, energy, sleepiness, grogginess, concentration, focus. Concentration, focus, go. Not all stimulus have to do with the police and someone who's having a hard time and someone who's partying. Accomplishment, motivation, a cure, gosh darn heck, inspiration. Maybe cancer's next. Hunger, grogginess, then the brain needs to work with the body to make sure there's not sickness, there's not a problem. And the mind. Relaxed and calm, tense and overloaded. some coffee. Give the mind some clarity. Give the brain some caffeine. And give the body a little stimulus. Getting up and going to get coffee, making the coffee, doing stuff. Stimuli, stimulus are crack and meth, meditation, and tea. Stimulus are sound, stimulus are sirens, awareness, mystery. Where'd they come from? And most importantly, opportunity. Accepting the consequences for that big, fat, ginormous, jelly-filled, sugary dough. The blunt, filled with some hash and some whey. The slut you found down the stray when you were selling your shoe stuff. The strength and the power telling them to keep it down. You're working on something much more important, and it's gonna be unbelievable. Power, stimulus, controlling the people near and around. Calling the police, oh, hey, telling the landlord, hey, do. Rather than choosing to have focus. Focus not only psychologically, mentally, focus physiologically, focus with the mind and the brain. And with decision making, recognizing maybe going out later and having a nice dinner. And celebrating with those folks who cured the disease, celebrating with the engineer who finally got the device printed on the 3D machine. Or plain old shutting the window and deciding to have a good night's sleep. And not a cold, horror-filled dream rest. The end.